Right then, Championship predictions for Game Week 42. We are near the end. Leeds are back at the top of the table where they should be. I'm not pre-recording, so thank God for that. I know everything that's happened, and I know some of my predictions were a bit iffy, but I did get a good 2-2 prediction, which I'm quite proud of. But thanks for 20 subscribers as well, by the way. But without further ado, let's get straight into this, starting with tonight's match, which is Burnley and Norwich. Yes, this is being posted on Friday. I was going to try post it on Thursday, but I'm recording it Thursday night right now, so I can't turn it around that quickly, unfortunately. But Burnley and Norwich, this has a Burnley win written all over it. They might have drawn to Derby, but that just means that they're hungry for more now. And with a team like Norwich, who are pretty much done now, there's not much to play for at this stage. I think this has got a lovely 2-0 result on it for Burnley. Burnley not dropping many points at all in the past 5, really, just dropping 4, which isn't great, not terrible either though, but that's all that Norwich have managed to gain in the past 5, so realistically, if you look at it that way, I mean, Norwich have lost to Plymouth, they've lost to Bristol City, they've lost to Sheffield Wednesday, they've beat West Brom, and they've drawn to Sunderland, so with a team like Burnley, knowing what's at stake, they will be fighting hard, and Norwich don't have much to fight for at all, which is why that's an easy win for me to predict. Then we're moving on to Leeds versus Preston at home. Leeds have picked up the form a little bit. I'm not too sure what's going on with the Dan James situation, though. I hope he's not out, because that would be soul-crushing for myself, and I assume most Leeds fans as well. Him being my favourite player, and also the way that he's playing at the minute, can't afford to miss him. Patrick Bamford is a welcome addition back to the squad as well. My goat, he's performed really well. Should have had a goal, but he got disallowed. But we won't talk about the corrupt linesman, because that could be its own video, and I'd go on for about an hour. But coming back home after 4 points on the road, it's not terrible. I think Leeds will win this one 3-0. That might be pushing it a little bit, but I'm going to just brave it and say 3-0. We've got some quality players all trying to shine at the last minute, trying to keep that top position, trying to look good for the Premier League for next season. So I see no reason why Leeds don't get a nice win there. And then we've got Plymouth and Sheffield United as well. Both of these teams have big things to fight for. Sheffield United dropped down to 3rd, and Plymouth are at the bottom of the table, but there's not that much between it for them to keep surviving. So a win there would be great. Sheffield United obviously losing to Oxford, and Millwall 1-0 back to back. Will it be a 1-0 to Plymouth this time? I don't know. I'd like to say so, but that might be chancing it a bit too much. But what I will do is give you a 1-1 draw instead. Come on, Plymouth. That's what we like to see. Hopefully that is a good prediction. But even better if Plymouth can get the 1-0 win that everyone else seems to be getting at the minute. Moving on to Cardiff City and Stoke City. This is another bottom of the league scrap. 2 teams that are really close to relegation, battling it out. And I think Cardiff come out on top with this one. I'd like to say 2-1. First 2-1 of the video, but a reasonable one at that. Stoke, I think, will be relegated, but they're showing otherwise recently. So I'm not 100%, but I have faith in Cardiff to get over the line, so we're going to go with the Cardiff win here. And then we've got Luton Town and Blackburn Rovers. Luton Town are playing really decently at the minute, to be fair. Did they lose their last one, or did they win it? They drew to Stoke, drew to Leeds, beat Hull, drew to Middlesbrough, beat Cardiff. So they're playing well at the minute, and Blackburn have a large injury list as well as not good form. 1 point in the past 5 games. Need to step up, but this won't be the game where they do, as Luton Town win this one 2-0 or 1-0. We'll go with 1-0. Then we're moving on to Middlesbrough, it's Millwall and Middlesbrough, not Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough away. Anyways, Millwall and Middlesbrough. Good both teams battling for that playoff position. Millwall making good progress after beating Sheffield United. Middlesbrough losing out on 3 points after losing to Leeds. Both of them have the same amount of injuries, so it's quite hard to call. Similar form as well, apart from Middlesbrough have a draw, whereas Millwall have the 2 losses instead of just the 1 and a draw. If we look at the table though, no, I've just clicked on someone. My mouse absolutely plummeted down for some reason then. Looking at the table, you've got Millwall in 9th on 57, and you've got Middlesbrough in 7th with 60. So if Millwall can get a win here, well, that's them and Middlesbrough on level pegging. But the goal difference is what will damage Millwall in the end, I think. But I do think Middlesbrough probably edge this one in about... they're not a bad side, to be fair, is what you've got to remember. They have some off moments, but the second half of the Leeds game, I didn't watch the full game because I was busy, but I know, fake fan, but I've explained the whole situation in the past 3 previous videos, so go see them if you want to know why. But Middlesbrough had a good few chances at the end, but they were playing well. So I think that against Millwall away, they can probably edge a result. This could be another 2-1, I want to say. So that's what I'll go with, I think. 2-1 to Middlesbrough. Good luck, lads. Do Yorkshire proud at this point. Just get as many Yorkshire teams into the playoffs as possible, really. We've got Sheffield United down there at the minute. Get another one in there in Middlesbrough. Be alright. I don't really see that happening though, to be honest. I don't know, they're a bit iffy, but anyways, now my matches have disappeared, so I'll wait for them to load again. And in the meantime, oh, here we go. I don't have to do anything in the meantime now. It's Portsmouth and Derby, another bottom of the table scrap, where Derby win this one. I want to say 3-1, and I'd like to move on straight away, really, because they're both good sides, but John Eustace and Derby, they have a way with games, and they have started to dip a little bit more recently, but I still think that against the teams that they need to beat like this, they shouldn't really have an issue. So 3-1, probably accurate. Get that goal difference up as well. I know they do have a few injuries, but so do Portsmouth. So for me, Derby win this one. That was brief enough. QPR and Bristol City. For me, Bristol City walk the park here. They want to get into those playoff positions and stay there, and they're doing a good job. So this is the most exciting season a Bristol City fan has seen in a long, long while, and it will continue here as they will win 2-0. We'll go with a 2-0 win there. I'm feeling confident with that one, to be fair. And then we've got Sheffield Wednesday and Oxford. A draw seems reasonable here, to be fair. Sheffield Wednesday don't have much to fight for, but they keep doing the same thing over and over again. They get a goal or two, and then they sit it out, and they end up drawing. So for me, a 1-1 draw seems reasonable here. So that's what I'm going to lock in, and seems fairly reasonable. And then we've got Sunderland and Swansea, both of these teams fighting for something. So again, we're at that stage of the season now where if you're not fighting for something, you're not really going to look to win. But if you've got something, you want to get away from relegation or get into the promotion playoffs or get promoted champions like Leeds and Burnley and Sheffield United. Sheffield United, I got the right one. But if you're not one of those teams that are in relegation or promotion battles, you're not really going to be giving it your all at this stage of the season. But both of these teams are, but they're just at opposite ends. And the question is, who wants it more? Sunderland, they're safe. They're not going to get into the automatic positions. But Swansea, they want to get away from that relegation. It's still a bit too close for them. And they've not been playing too bad at the minute. If I have a look at the forms of both teams, this one's going to be tough to call. They're quite similar, to be honest. Sunderland with 2 draws and a loss, and Swansea with a draw and 2 losses, and then the rest are obviously wins. But a 3-0 win against Plymouth, a 1-0 win against Derby, Sunderland 1-0 win against Millwall. That's a tongue twister, wow. And a 1-0 win against West Brom. This could be a draw as well. I'm looking at the team. Joe Bellingham's doubtful. Quite a few of the good players are out. I might edge the Swansea win, to be fair, which probably seems a bit wild, but I might just go with a 2-1 win for the Swans, to be fair. Or a draw. 1-1 or 2-1 to Swansea. We'll go 2-1 to Swansea, spice it up a little bit, get a bit exciting. And then we've got West Brom and Watford. Watford probably could get into the playoffs if they really tried, but West Brom are more likely to. But they dropped points this weekend, well, during the week. No, they dropped points this weekend and during the week as well. They're on a bit of a losing streak. The form, every time I look at it, is not good, but then they're always up there, and they're a really confusing side. For me, though, they've got a suspended player. Josh Maggey is still not back. Jed Wallace is out. I want to go with a Watford win. Just a 1-0 though, nothing too crazy. Just a 1-0 Watford win. And that is probably the best that's going to happen. Now, I think the last game to cover is Hull and Coventry. And then it's on to next week, which is Friday for some reason. What's the reason for that? Is it FA Cup or something? I don't know. Oh, and then Monday. Are they just doing loads of games at the same time? I don't know. Anyways, looks like there's going to be a lot of content coming out. But Hull and Coventry, I'm going to go with the Coventry win, obviously. I keep backing Coventry. I think Frank Lampard's doing a good job, even though I'm a Leeds fan and I shouldn't like him. There's something about him managing Coventry. I feel like they deserve to go up. So I'm in a grey area, no man's land as a Leeds fan, to be honest. But for me, Hull lose to teams like Watford and Watford and Luton, and draw to West Brom, but they beat Oxford and Sheffield Wednesday. Coventry beat Portsmouth, lost to Burnley, lost to Sheffield United, beat Sunderland 3-0, which was a great game, and then lost to Derby County. Derby County loss was surprising for me. Sheffield United and Burnley, you almost expect it, but I think they come out on top here. Potential 2-0. So that's the Championship game week 42. It looks like we've got 43 and 44. One's on Friday, one's on the Monday after. So quite action-packed coming up as we get near the end of the season. Lots to look forward to anyways. Who's going to go up? Who's going to go down? We'll have to wait and find out. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Premier League out on Saturday, which is tomorrow. I'll record that on Friday though, because I can't be doing it right now. I'm so lazy. I have to put this top on that for consistency. Oh, boring. Get on with the video, end it. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. We'll push for 25 now since we've got 20. Thank you all so much for that, by the way. But I'll see you in the Premier League video, where hopefully I have some decent predictions and hopefully some decent ones here too. Comment down below what you think. If you haven't already seen the games, don't cheat. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.